Go ahead, Coach.
Obviously, a tough game. Credit to Coach Elliott and Virginia. They played hard, and we didn't make. They made one more play than us. We lost control there at the end, and that's on me. All of this is on me. We had an opportunity, and we didn't. So we'll own it. We'll get better. I felt like our defense played well with one of the best offenses in the country. We had an opportunity to win. We just didn't. So it's on me.
I mean, 3 points in the second half. How do you explain just kind of the difference in perhaps, for your offense?
Say that again.
Yeah, I mean,
They stopped us.
yeah.
We couldn't make a play. Yeah. And then penalties killed us. We lived behind the sticks because we got a bunch of false starts.
What I believe it was it Leighton who called for the fair catch on the one of the last kickoffs?
Kirby did.
Kirby.
Yeah. We told him that don't bring it out, and the ball wasn't kicked to him, and Kirby fair caught it, even though the ball didn't come to him. That's the rule. If somebody else fair catches it on your team, ball's dead where it's caught.
Do you ask your
It's
guys?
coaching. It's on me.
Okay. Do you ever ask your guys to practice that sort of thing, or what?
We practice everything daily. Yeah. It's basic rule in football.
Um, you guys called a timeout on one of the last plays, and the next play was the safety. What was the reason for that?
Say it again.
You guys called a timeout on one of the last plays before the safety. What was the reason for calling that?
You couldn't hear. And they were calling for the play over and over again, and it was a debacle.
You guys ran out of the shotgun on that play that ended up in a safety. What was kind of thinking there?
So we were going to run the football to get out of the end zone like how we always do when we're in the gun. We didn't quarterback sneak it. Nope.
I mean, the penalties that you mentioned, the three on AJ, obviously, is there a way to, I guess, help avoid that, or kind of what was your read on kind of why that happened to him?
But we practice with crowd noise. It's a focus thing more than anything. Yeah, the holding we had several false starts. We got to lock in. We're going to play in tough venues, and if we expect to win in them, we gotta focus. It's a focus thing. So that's on me. The speakers must not be loud enough. We got to make it as loud as possible at practice.
Were you guys, all have been on the same page for some of those, penalties that came your way? Or kind of what was the reason for those coming up?
What? What is the question? The false starts? You just asked that question.
Well, I was just trying to, get.
I'm trying to get the guys not to have false starts. Yeah, they got to focus.
What do you think of Zevi's game?
Well, obviously, he turned the ball over twice. One of them, he just didn't see the guy fall off late. The other time, we kind of didn't get our head around. He threw it up, and kid made a great play. So it's not going to change our opinion on Zevi. He's played well. He's made his games. We've been playing better with him. So we just got to not put ourselves in those situations where we're backed up. Those are the penalties. Lack of execution at the end slipped away, and I'll take full responsibility of the way we played there at the end. It was awful.
Do you guys get conservative at all in the second half? Do you feel
No,
like with the
they executed, and there was an emphasis coming out of half that we needed to attack them. We just didn't have any success. We had success running the ball in the first half. We had success in everything that we were doing offensively for the most part, and then drives would stall because we get behind the sticks, and then it kind of spiraled on us. So yeah, we got to grow. We got to grow as a team. It's 2 weeks back to back that we go and play a top 25 team in the country on the road and across the country, and our guys came out ready to play. We executed for the most part, and we just failed to finish. And that's on me.
how do you kind of square, keeping these last two games against, ACC team, SEC team close, but obviously not coming away with the win? What do you, I guess, take away most from that?
Yeah, we got to execute like this to play the teams that we'll play. If anything, it just shows more than anything that our guys can compete against the best in the country, and that's a great team. And we can be one of those teams, but we can't if we can't focus in critical moments because you're going to play in hostile environments. And some young guys out there with young mistakes. There's old guys out there with what shouldn't be mistakes. And unfortunately, it's just this one stings. The last one stung too. I don't know if they're any different. A loss is a loss. We should have won this one. We should have won last week too.
I think your defense overall tonight.
Tackled much better. We're able to defend the deep ball. We had some same play hurt us twice, which shouldn't after we had talked about it. But overall, our defense responded the whole game. I mean, we turned the ball over, and holding teams like that to a field goal is one of the top offenses in the country. We improved as far as the tackling. They didn't really have much going in the first half at all. Just got to finish in the end. Otherwise, nothing matters.
Seemed like almost in the second half, they were trying to get Zebby to get the ball out quicker in terms, or instead of the longer throws he was having in the first half. Is that the way you saw it, or kind of what was behind some of the?
Well, you got rushed quite a bit in the second half, and then the other portion of that is when you live behind the chains, you're not trying to make it all back up in one play. You're trying to chip away at it because the situation may call for a 4-down situation, right? And so at times when you get backed up like that, 2nd and 15 to 2nd and 20, it happened twice in the drive. You're not going to, otherwise you're going to get forced to throw bad throws, or you get rushed and you can take another sack because the defense is like a little bit of feeding frenzy. So we got to make the catches, the clean catches, the basic throws and catches throughout the game, and we can't turn the ball over, and we got to tackle like that, to have success moving forward.
Two more. Just what did you read, or what was kind of your read of the rushing offense? I mean, 112 yards, I think, in the first half, not the well less second half overall. What do you think of that?
Yeah, we got to progress. Felt like for the most part in the first half, we played really well in all phases. We controlled the time of possession by over 10 minutes, comparison to them, 20 to 10. Got to be able to run the ball when the world knows that we are running the ball. That's what great teams do. And we failed to do that, and we're going to continue to work on that as a team. Some of the miscues, though, we got to grow as a team. Basic knowledge of football, obviously. And what they don't know is on me, for sure.
The miscues you mentioned that are more basic. One, I guess, what are you referring to? And two, is there a way to turn those around in the middle of the season?
Yeah, you've asked that about tackling, and tackling's been hit or miss, right? It improved, right? Actually, it was about sacks. Yeah, I think that you can grow every single week. You can ask the same questions, and I'm going to give you the same answers. Yes, we need to grow every single week. We can't hang our head. We got 5 games left to play, one at a time. And just because we played these two teams tight means nothing when we play Toledo. It means absolutely nothing. We need to get ready to win a football game. We need to put in the proper preparation. Our guys need to focus, and our guys need to come out and strain. And the effort was on again tonight. We just didn't execute in the end. And again, that's on me. Some of the basic fundamental things that I'd expect. We should tell them not to take out the ball, and that hasn't happened. Maybe it's the moment, maybe it's the anxiety. I'm not 100% sure, but I gotta maybe calm them down and continue to just give them the knowledge to have success in those moments. But we failed tonight. It's hard to say that they beat us. We failed, and that's on me.